The following is a presentation of the Hello Chicago Network.
Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yanishadis, and it is time to focus. And for this Friday, September the 5th, and we'll no better time to focus. Let's jump right into it. We have a lot of catching up to do. We're going to do summer reflections to start this off. Before I do that, the Open, I talked about getting emotional about the Open. The original Open, it had the Hello Chicago theme song, and would have taken it down from YouTube. I don't want that. So that's just so make sure you like so I'm just reminding you for 30 seconds to like this video. Please do it. A lot of work goes into these. I hope you appreciate my Chicago sports talk. And then also don't forget to comment below. Please tell me anything about the Chicago sports, whether you're watching on Raise the Bar TV or on Hello Chicago Network's YouTube channel. Please subscribe as well, but also comment. Do it all. Please do it. Be interactive. This is season 2. I want to be able to interact. I appreciate everyone, all the 4,000 people that watch season 1. Appreciate it. And let's hope to, I want to hear you guys and interact with you guys here in season 2. And also subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel every Monday and Friday, 3:12 Central. We're focusing on Chicago sports. Let's start this thing off with some Sox focus. Okay, let's summer reflection right here for the White Sox. Sox won 3 out of the first 4 series after the All-Star break. They played very well. The only one they lost to was the Cubs. Remember that first game I was actually at. I'll have some sights and sounds coming up in a couple of next week or a week or two about that from that game. But which White Sox played very well. The offense was there. Everything was coming along for the White Sox in that one. They were able to play spoiler out of the break. They looked very good doing it. And also, as of right now, they're playing well. They're on a 5-game winning streak, their longest winning streak in forever. So great job there. So that was a good job out of the break. Surprised they keep Luis Robert. I know they want to try to back up the truck for him. Next year will probably be the year if they are going to get rid of him. I mean, him and Miguel Rojas both injured right now, but it's been the core of the young guys that have been able to do it, and that's building around Colson Montgomery, Kyle Teal. They also have they have the other guy as well that I'm blanking on. I've said it I had to record this a second time as well, but Brooks Baldwin, that's his name. I think I like that core for this White Sox team. Again, they just swept the Minnesota Twins. We'll talk about that on Monday, but playing very good baseball. They're fun to watch. And I remember saying it at the end of last year on Hello Chicago Network that the goal was to see where this team to have a direction. And I think you're seeing it with the offense. Next is working on the pitching, but having that offense and the way they've been able to swing the bats, 5-game winning streak. They're playing some of their best baseball, and it's exciting to watch. Now they'll face a contending Tiger team over the weekend, see what they can do. Maybe play a little spoiler. We'll see if they can do that. Finally, Rockies tracker. The White Sox were 32-100 on September 6th last year. They were off on September 5th. So 32-100. Rockies have 39 wins. So, and the record the White Sox had last year was 41-121. So the Rockies can only if they win 3 more games this month, which most likely will happen, the White Sox will unfortunately still keep that record. You'd love to see the Rockies be able to keep it. Rockies are getting bench clearing brawls and all that, but we'll keep track on the Rockies and see if they can maybe have a terrible month of September, and they could be the worst team in baseball history. We'll see if that's the case. Okay, that's the White Sox summer reflection. Now it's time for the Cubs. For the Cubs, let's take a look at it right here. First one, Cubs All-Stars struggling. Even the one that was supposed to be there got screwed out of it. Seiya Suzuki got screwed out of the opportunity to be there, but he struggled anyway. PCA's been rough. He's still in it right now. Kyle Tucker finally got out of it on that last West Coast road trip. Unfortunately, he's now hurt, so hopefully we'll see him back. No IL stint, but again, he needed one last time, and they didn't give it to him, so we'll see if that'll be the case. Cubs do nothing at the deadline. They get Willie Castro. They get some bullpen pieces. Mike Soroka gets hurt as of right now. Castro's had some big hits. but not enough. He's been a utility guy, so he's been able to fill in. Cubs did just sign Carlos Santana, and they signed Billy Hamilton. They got Aaron Savali, who's done a really good job as well. He had a 3-inning shutout in the comeback win against the Braves last week. But anyway, you got to be happy. I'm happy. I mean, they're playing good. You're just upset with the deadline. And the other frustrating thing was Carter Hawkins saying in the middle of this, in the middle of the Brewers going on an 11-game winning streak and a 14-game winning streak to take a commanding lead in the Central, and then on top of all that, because the Cubs haven't played bad baseball. They played 500 ball, but when you got a team that loses 3 games in 2 months, basically, or in a month, that it's going to happen. Carter Hawkins says we have a responsibility to the 2025 Cubs along with 2032. You might not be here, and also Jed Hoyer got extended in this time as well. So a lot of stuff that was frustrating. I was frustrated, and I'm not one of those guys to be social media complainers, because it seems like every Cub fan, you win, they're winning the World Series, you lose, you're the worst team in baseball. But I just feel like, I mean, I'm sure that's something he's probably right in the long run, but not something you say right after the deadline, after you thought this was going to be the stretch you were going to make some noise. Need to host the Padres to win the wild card series. Padres and Dodgers are both struggling. Cubs were able to gain a couple of games going into Friday. They have a 4-game lead in the National League wild card. It's crazy in San Diego. It's crazy in LA. That game needs to happen at Wrigley Field, or that series best of 3. And I think that for the Cubs to have that chance, they've struggled at home over the years, but this is a different team. We'll see if they can do it, have that vibe at Wrigley Field. They're hungry. They haven't had fans in the game since the 2018 wild card game. That's the best game I've ever been to that the Cubs lost, where the place shook when Javi Baez tied the game against the Rockies. And finally, Brewers do not want to face their big brother. I'm telling you right now, I've got laughed at on Facebook for saying this. I think the Cubs are the Brewers' biggest threat. Brewers do not want to see the Cubs in a 5-game series. It's a 5-game homestand for the Cubs. I know Brewer fans will bring it out, and they're loud and proud in the playoffs, but I think there's more pressure on them, because they got to get the best team. That means you got to be in the World Series. So I think no pressure on the Cubs. Brewers are supposed to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. So we'll see what happens, but the Brewers do not want to see the Cubs. I'm telling you that right now. We'll see it, and they could come in, they could sweep the Cubs. That could be it. But Brewers have to prove something. I haven't seen them never playing in a World Series. You haven't seen them ever play in a World Series. Best record or not, prove it. Plow through the NL, because let's just see what happens. I'm just annoyed, and hopefully for Cub fans, you can, after the rough summer it's been, listening to Brewer fans and how great they've been, eliminating from the playoffs would be great, but them not making it would be even better. Well, not winning the World Series that people are thinking that they can. And I don't know. I just don't buy Wisconsin teams doing it. So that is those summer reflection. We'll recap the week that was for the Sox and the Cubs coming up on Monday. Take a time out. When we come back, we're back to talking bad sports. It's the Northwestern focus next on the Hello Chicago Network. Sorry about that. We're having technical difficulties right now with some of these players. So I apologize for that. Let's go to the Northwestern focus. Okay, let's so now for the Northwestern focus. And it's even annoying me even more. So because I haven't had to do these on StreamYard forever. Everything was edited last season. But for the Northwestern focus, game 1 they played at the Green Wave or wherever they were, and they lost. They played terrible. They didn't look like they showed up at all in that game. They didn't even score a touchdown. They lost that one terribly. I'm trying to find the results of that. I have it in one of these, but nonetheless, it was just a terrible game. Their quarterback had 3 interceptions. Just nothing was well by Northwestern. And of course, losing that game, you wanted to see their quarterback be able to come out, play well. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So a bad stretch for this team overall. Not a good way to start against Tulane, but now it'll be a game tonight. Their opener on their facility. I'm actually going to be heading there after this game, or after doing this. so I'm excited for that, to be able to see that. Shout out to my cousin Mitch. He's one of the chain gangs there with the Northwestern Wildcats. Got me some tickets, so thank you very much. As they're going to be facing Western Illinois, that is a 6 p.m. 6:30 Central start. That game will be on, I believe, on the Big Ten Network. So we'll see if they. And also, Western Illinois got absolutely annihilated by Illinois. So neither one of these teams have scored a touchdown. So one of these teams have to score a touchdown tonight. So I mean, actually, you don't, but you'd like to see it. So hopefully that'll be the case, and hopefully we'll see a win by Northwestern. They have 4 straight wins, or they have 4 straight home games, and then they all on the road until their 2 Wrigley games right before Thanksgiving. So we'll see if that'll be we'll see if they can get a win, but it might be a long year for this Northwestern Wildcats team. Not a good start. Hoping to, I mean, I might as well just look it up at this point. Their last game was just not good, and hopefully, let's see. I'm trying to find. And then they start playing Oregon. They lost 23-3 to Tulane. Stone was 19 for 36, 161 yards, 4 interceptions. So Preston Stone is the quarterback. We'll see what he can do in his second game, but nothing too promising here after game 1. But again, a 4-game homestand, but you got Oregon coming in next. So I mean, they were my pick to win a championship last year. So now that they're part of the Big Ten, we shall see how it goes. But anyway, that's Northwestern. Now we're gonna take another timeout, even though I don't think I can even do that. But we'll see if we can. Well, here it is. Yes, we can. Okay, so right now, and I still don't think I can show. No, it's still not loading. That's disappointing, because I wanted to show the. I have a rewind. We're gonna do Hello Chicago rewinds again, and that's where I'm gonna show. I wanted to show the look back at Father's Day edition of when I interviewed my dad and surprised him. He got emotional. Surprised him when I guess I'll put it on the rewind on Monday's show. But he got emotional. I surprised him. We're going to the game Sunday. Sammy Sosa, Derek Legan inducted. Today's Sammy Sosa day. So I'm wearing the sweatshirt. He's at Wrigley today. Cubs are currently up 8-2 as of this taping. But we're surprised. Sunday's the game. We're gonna look back at that coming up on Orion Focus on Monday. But I wanted to get a chance to show you, and it's just not popping up, and that's unfortunate. So I guess I'll put that on the next one. And now let's see if the Orion Focus will work. It's there, but I don't think that's going to work either. It was, but of course. So I mean, nothing's working at this point. So the Orion Focus was also was going to be my rant about wrestling. So that's not happening either. So this has been fun. Doing this live has been great so far today here on our second episode. But again, we're trying to work with it. The reason we're doing it on StreamYard is because it's also being streamed on the Raise the Bar TV, which I now own. So every Monday and Friday, wrestling rant. What I was going to talk about was the unfortunate about how pay-per-views are going up against each other in wrestling. They're changing it now, but don't forget to tune in. Raise the Bar TV. We're honoring Hulk Hogan this weekend as John Cena rewinds. We're honoring him all year. We're looking back at some of his biggest matches all year, and he had 2 with Hulk Hogan. So we're going to look back at those this week as well. Okay, now it's time for the Chicago Bears Focus. Okay, for the Chicago Bears, what we're going to do here is preview. And again, this will get better. I'm going to get my mouse back this weekend, so it'll look a little bit better. Hopefully the service will be better. It's unfortunate. I apologize for this. This isn't how it normally goes. But let's preview the 2025 season for the Chicago Bears. We're going to play the win-loss game, see what it goes. Start and Monday night, of course, will be the first game. We'll be previewing that game coming up on Monday's show. So we have to get through 4 shows before we even get a chance to recap a Bear game. I don't like the opener being on Monday. I do, because I'm going to be gone all Sunday at the Cub game on opening day of football, and I was hoping the Bears would be Monday night. But anytime after this, I don't want the Bears to play on Monday night anymore. Home against the Vikings, I got a win. That makes it 1-0. Week 2 at Detroit, loss. Week 3, home for the Cowboys, loss. That's 1-2. Week 4 at Vegas, win. So I got them 2-2 at the bye. Winning at Washington on Monday Night Football and winning home against the Saints. So what does that make it? 4-2. Then 2 losses and two very tough games. Baltimore and Cincinnati. November 9th, win against the Giants. Win or a loss at Minnesota, loss to the Steelers, loss at Philly, loss at Green Bay. So that's where a lot of their chunk of their schedule. Then they win home against the Browns, win against the Packers. December 28th, lose to the Niners, and then they're going to beat the Lions in the final game of the year. Final record I have as a projection is 8-9. So 8-9 for the Bears. I think it very well could be a possibility that this happens. I think that's a great year. Does that make them in the playoffs? Probably not. But does it make them build? This is a very tough division. I know the Packers are going to be big with Micah Parsons. I think they're blowing it up as much because they still got to play offense. The Lions, we're going to see where they're at. So I think it's all going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to see where this Bears team is. But 8-9, I think, is great compared to only winning 5 games last year. That travesty of a stretch last year where just nothing went right. I was frustrated. The Packer lost, the Commander lost, the Lion lost. Eberflus, so he looked good as a defensive coordinator again last night as well. So we'll see what happens next. But nonetheless, that's the Bears schedule. So I'm projecting going 8-9. Preview for Friday, preview for Monday's show. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. Hopefully we don't have that again. I'll be coming to you from the Cubs corner, so there won't be technical difficulties at the Cubs corner. But we'll have we're gonna look back on we're gonna have the rewind. I'm gonna show you again my dad's stuff from Father's Day, and then the Ryan focus will be the sights and sounds from that game on Sunday. And we'll also update you on the Cubs and White Sox week, Wildcats and Bears focus as well. So we'll have a full recap of we'll be previewing the Bears, recapping the Wildcats, as I'll be there as well. So that's all coming up on Monday show. Everyone have a great weekend. Heading off to see the Northwestern Wildcats, see if they can score a touchdown, see if they can have a great night. Everyone have a great weekend. Sorry for the inconvenience and shitty upload. I'm running out of shots from Hello Chicago now. We're the focus of Chicago sports.